For step 1, we need to create a username called BizHub. Click on the Start button in the lower left hand corner. Right click on Computer. Select Manage from the pop-up menu. Now click on the plus to the left of Local Users and Groups to expand it. If you did not see Local Users and Groups as an option, then you probably have Windows XP Home Edition and this step will not be necessary. Right click on Users, select New User. We're going to type in BizHub, B-I-Z-H-U-B, and we're going to give it a password of uppercase P, A-S-S-W-O-R-D, exclamation point. Put it in the second box to confirm. Now uncheck the first box, user must change password. Check the two middle boxes, user cannot change password and password never expires. Now click Create. Select Users. Right click on BizHub and go to Properties. Click on the Member Of tab, select Users, and click Remove. Now click OK and close that window. That's the end of step 1. For step 2, we need to create a folder named MyScans. Go to Start at the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Select Computer. For step 2, we need to create a folder called MyScans. If you do not have My Computer on the desktop, go to the Start menu, select My Computer, double click Local Disk C, right click in the white space, highlight New, select Folder, and give that folder a name of MyScans. I'm doing it in all lowercase. Doesn't matter if it's lowercase or uppercase, just make sure that you are consistent. Now right click on that folder and go to Properties. Now click on the Sharing tab at the top. Click Share this folder. Now we're going to go to the Permissions button. If you do not have a Permissions button or a Security tab at the top, then you probably have Simple File Sharing turned on and a username and password is not required for scanning. So let's click on Permissions. We're going to click Add. Now make sure under Locations that we're just adding under the computer. So click OK. And we're going to type BIZHUB. Press Enter. Now it adds BizHub to the list. We're going to give BizHub full control. Hit Apply and OK. Now do the same thing under the Security tab at the top. Hit Add. It is looking in the computer. Type BIZHUB. Press Enter. Let's give BizHub full control and press OK. The last step we want to do is right click on the folder, highlight Send To, and click Desktop Create Shortcut. Now close that window, and now we have successfully created a shortcut to MyScans folder and a MyScans folder in order to scan to, and that completes step 2. For step 3, we're going to need to set up a one-touch on the copier in order to scan to the computer. With the Lexmarks, it's going to require that we use the IP address. If you don't have a static IP address, or you're not sure whether or not you have a static IP address, first off, you probably don't. Well, we can set it up, and I'm going to go through the normal steps to do that, but even after we set this up, there's a chance that in a day to a month Anywhere in between, it could quit working. The best way to set up scanning for the Lexmarks is to set the computer with a static IP address, and this needs to be done by an IT professional or a member of high-tech office systems. Yeah, we can do that and just call to find out if what the charges are, or if we need to come out and do that. If you're an IT professional, you should know the proper steps for setting up a static IP address. With that being said, let's begin. To get the IP address of your computer, we're going to go down to Start. We're going to type in CMD in the search box and press Enter. Then we're going to type in IPCONFIG space /L ALL. And we're looking for the IP address, which is going to be right here, IPv4 address 192.168.1.55. Auto configuration DHCP enabled, yes. So mine is not a static IP address. I'm going to leave it like that for now. We'll go ahead and use that for the tutorial. So go ahead and write that down, 192.168.1.55. Now we're going to go to the copier, and we need the IP address of the copier in order to go in there and change settings. So go down to the Start button. We're going to go to Devices and Printers, or you can go to Control Panel and then click on View Devices and Printers. Now we're going to click on the printer that we're using. We're going to right click. Lexmark X651 is what we're using. This tutorial should be correct for any of the Lexmarks, but we're going to right click on the printer, go to Printer Properties from the pop-up menu. We're going to click on the Ports tab at the top, and then mouse over between Ports and Description, click and drag to the right, and then just scroll down, and that'll show us the port that's selected, which is 192.168.1.66. Yours should be different than this, so just go ahead and write down what yours is, and then we can close this window out and close the printer window. Now we're going to open the web browser. You can use Internet Explorer. I choose to use Mozilla Firefox. They're just both internet browsers. It's perfectly perfectly fine to use either one. It's up to you. Now we're going to highlight the address and delete it. We're going to type in the IP address of the copier, 192.168.1.66, and then press Enter. Now we're going to click on Settings in the left column, and then click the bottom of the right column where it says Embedded Solutions. Scroll down till you find Scan to Network. Go ahead and click on Scan to Network. Click Configure. And we want to add a new scan destination. The name of this destination, I'm just going to use my first name. It's perfectly fine if you want to use Office 1 or Lobby or whatever you want to call it, that's fine. I'm just going to use my first name. Now here, it kind of gives us an explanation what it needs to be. My server, / and then my share. Basically that's asking for the name of this computer, / and the name of the shared folder. The name of this computer is going to be the IP address we got earlier in the video, and that is 192.168.1.55 /, which is right above the Enter key, and the name of the folder is lowercase myscans. Scroll down, we don't need to put anything in there. Then use static username and password. The username is bizhub, B-I-Z-H-U-B, and the password is ! uppercase P, A-S-S-W-O-R-D, ! And PDF is fine. That's what most everybody uses. We're going to allow the user to change the file name if they would like to, and we're also going to put a default file name of just scan. And we do want to uncheck this, enable basic XML index file. It's not anything you're going to need, so go ahead and uncheck that. It just puts unnecessary files on the computer. Print confirmation page. You're going to know if the scan gets to your computer, so it's not necessary to have a confirmation page. So go ahead and click no. And we're going to click OK. Now that scan destination has been created, I can go test my scanning, and that's the end of step 3.